Well, good evening and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Shop with Russ. So I'm Russ, and I forget to turn down the volume over here. I don't know what I was doing on that.
Told you to.
Well, I don't know what I was doing on that computer because 99.9% of the time that computer stays muted. So I don't know what I was doing over there. But anyway, I'm here and I have a wonderful, beautiful line of panel down there. They are all just so cute. I could kiss them all. So anyway, and we had a kissing good time in Atlanta too. We'll get into that in a few minutes. But welcome to the show. Just want to say thank you for tuning in and watching. We had like 12 or 14 people before the show even started out there in the chat, and I do appreciate that. I really do. So had a wonderful, great time in Atlanta, and we'll touch base with that because I know Matt Haas was there, and he had a good time over there at the Atlanta Woodworking Show, and it was just awesome. One of the things I got to pick up that I'm really, really especially proud of is this Chad Gross Claws from over there at Mancrafting made these for the Southern Wood. Let me see if I can keep it from getting so much shine on it, but it's a Southern Woodworkers mug. Yeah, I got blessed with one of these, and there's only a few of them out there, to be honest with you. So, yeah, Southern Woodworkers. So that is really cool. I mean, the yellow is just like I said, somebody that was worth its weight in gold, and it looks a lot more yellow to y'all than me looking at it. It looks more like gold yellow. So, yeah, it's worth its weight in gold. So that's pretty happy that I got to do that. And let me tell you, I got a little short story that Michael Chipster, Jerry Brown, and a few of those guys, they all were watching this booth and watching this guy making this thing called the Ringmaster. And it cuts rings out of a flat piece. Like you take a 3/4 inch piece of wood, 3/4 inch thick, let's say 8x8, and you cut rings out of it and you make a bowl out of it. Well, heck, that ain't nothing on me. I've been doing that for years on a scroll saw. So I came back, and guess what the first thing I did? This is a scroll saw bowl made on a scroll saw, just like their little Ringmaster thing can do. And people are going like, how in the heck can you make a bowl on a scroll saw? It's very easy. If you look really close, there are rings all the way around to the top. And then this is the bottom. So what you do is you cut round rings, but you angle the blade of the scroll saw to whatever the angle is. I don't remember what this one was, like a 40-degree angle or 45, whatever it is, an angle, and then you just glue them together and then sand them down, and they make a bowl. And what I did, especially on this one, was I marked a piece of wood. Now, it's not perfect because you're taking a line out of it, and it's just hard to get everything. But I tried to align the grains back up in the bowl so that it would continue around the bowl. Now there you can see, yeah, you can see real good where the ring is there, where the ring is there. You know, you can see on the inside where the rings are. And somebody said, well, the knot looks like, because their Ringmaster ain't got nothing on scroll saw. You have to bore a hole through this and put it in there to turn. So when you end up at the finished product, guess what? You have a hole in the bottom of your bowl. Well, that ain't, how you going to eat cereal out of that? My Captain Crunch is not going to fit in there with milk because it's going to leak out the bottom, dude. So they said, well, it looks like a hole. No, I left the natural knot. And this is just nothing but cheap old pine, a 1x12. That's all this is. And I took the piece, and when I marked the thing out, I marked it around that knot so it would leave it in the very, very bottom just for the heck of it. Yeah, made on a scroll saw. And then I sanded it down, and then I shot it with some red mahogany stain, and then this is not the finish. I've got probably 3 coats of lacquer on it. That's been kind of cool here in Florida. I mean, when I say cool, it's only been only been in the 60s, Shane and Shelley.
It's been in the 20s here. So.
Yeah, I know y'all been freezing your behinds off.
Yes.
So anyway, but yeah, it's been in the 60s. Still, I tried to not. I've not been rushing it. I let it sit. But yeah, that's made on a scroll saw. And somebody, 2 or 3 people said impossible, and I said no, it ain't. I'll make a video on how I made it. I just thought that was cool as crap. That they're selling this ring thingy for $800, $700, whatever it was, to make bowls, and I can make it on my scroll saw. And it doesn't have a hole in the bottom. Yeah, that thing was like $700. I think $700 or $800, and the show special was like $100 or so off. So they paid like $6. All right, let's say it was between $7 and $8, and the show special was $100 off. So they paid between $6 and $7 for it. And I made it on my scroll saw. They're like, "Well, you paid for that scroll saw." No, I didn't. I got a Seiko scroll saw from my sponsor, and I didn't pay nothing for it. So, yeah. Just kidding. But yeah, so you can make bowls like that. What you have to do is set them an angle. I'll make a video on it, and that's one things I'm thinking about doing here. I'm going to do an Easter project this week on Scrolling Russ over on Twitch, and then we'll get into probably some bowl making and show you how I do that over there on Scrolling with Russ on Twitch. Before we go any farther, Sterling Davis is out there. John Schaffner. John, why ain't you in here, dude? I got a place. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of us. John, come on in here. Driveway Workshop with Jim Bashirs. Jim Bashirs is out there. Mike Fulton. Katie Dotson. I got to see Katie in Atlanta. The Katie. She was in Atlanta, and I got to see her. It was a great time. Becky's Texas Wood Shop. Paul John's Life. All y'all are out there. Sterling Davis, I said that. So all of y'all out there, thank you very much for watching. And before I go any further, let me just talk about the wonderful sponsors that I have. And we're having a giveaway tonight. A giveaway. So don't leave until you find out, because I'm giving away something tonight. And it's a real true giveaway. I'm not giving away information. I'm going to give away a solid object, something worthwhile. So hang on, hold on to your butts. Anyway, Devobel Technologies for web design, development, hosting. Visit devobel.com. Frank came to see me and visit me at the woodworking show, and I'll talk to you in a minute about that. FastCap, innovative products for the professional woodworkers. Go to fastcap.com. Rockler, 60 years in woodworking. Create with confidence. Visit rockler.com. Bearwood Supply, your best choice for hard-to-find woodworking supplies. Go to bearwood.com. They're the one that supply me with Pegasus scroll saw blades. And since I have started using them, I can honestly tell you, I really like them. They're really a great blade. Fantastic. Klingspor, the sandpaper specialist. And they're also at woodworkingshop.com. And don't just think when you go there, all you're going to look at is sandpaper. They have a lot of cool tools and a lot of good deals. And then Seiko, the scroll saw specialist, my other sponsor I am using the ST21 Seiko scroll saw, and I couldn't be happier with it. And I've used it now for about 4, 5, 6 weeks, something like that, 5 or 6 weeks. And it really is a nice saw. And I can honestly tell you, without saying this in any way, shape, or form, that it is better than the DeWalt. I loved my DeWalt. I had it for years and years and years, but this thing cuts a lot better than DeWalt, and it's just so much smooth and better. So I'll get into that later on. So what was I going to say that one of the highlights, the highlights was seeing all my wonderful friends at the woodworking show, and I did want to talk about just for a few minutes about that, was seeing all my friends, like Matt Haas was there, Sterling Davis was there, Southern Ginger, which is Zach Manring, was there, Charles Gant. Come on, help me out here,
There's
Matt.
a whole list of people. Joel Crawford was there.
Yeah.
Tony Rouleau.
Yeah. Michelle Sleeper was there with their group, with Elliot and Becca, which is the come on, help me out.
The red human.
Becca. The red human. There's just a list that you just Paul Jackman was there, and I met Paul Jackman and talked to Paul Jackman. I even talked to Paul Jackman about coming on the show, and he said he would do it. So we
Mike
could have
Fulton
Paul.
Was there.
Yeah. Mike Fulton, just so many people that you see every day on YouTube or see on Facebook, but I actually got to see them again this year. So, but one of the highlights of my moment was for that show was Frank Condon, which is my sponsor with Devobal Technologies. He lives in South Carolina, Greensboro, South Carolina. I think that's where he lives. Anyway, he's probably a 3 or 4 hour drive. Anyway, he drove down from his home in South Carolina to Atlanta to the woodworking show just to see me. So, I mean, I can't describe or tell you how that feels. He had asked me 2 or 3 times, "Are you sure you're going to the Atlanta show?" And I'm like, yeah. And that one time he was like, I think he texted me and said something about, "Are you here? Or are you at the Atlanta woodworking show?" "Oh yeah, I'm inside." "Why?" And he goes like, "I'm here too," or "I'm outside." And yeah. So we met. That's the first time that he's been my sponsor for 2 or 3 years now. And he is my website. I've talked to him on Facebook. I've talked to him on Hang. He's been on the show to give away the websites and everything else. But when somebody tells you, "I'm coming to Atlanta to see you," and then he shows up, I'm sorry, that's about the most awesomest thing you could ever have happen in your life. It just blew me away that he was there and everything. We had a great time. We went out to dinner together on Saturday night or Friday night. I take that back. Just had a great time. But that was one of the highlights of the show. Other than that, sometimes you meet people that you really talk to all the time and you really like to meet them. And one of them was, which I've met Matt, I think last year, wasn't it?
Yes, we were there last year.
Yeah, I met last year, but it's enjoying to be able to see Matt. And then was also, that's the first time I met Michelle Sleeper, Eric, Becca from the Red Human from, was it Making It Up?
Making It Up on Twitch, correct.
Making It Up on Twitch. Yeah, that's the first time I got to see them. And when they were on my show, I had them on the show. It was like 4 or 5 or 6 shows ago. They were on the show. So it was really good to see them. These guys are like off the chain in thinking about, I mean, I'm a woodworker. I've always done woodworking stuff. So pretty much as Matt and most of the guys on the panel, these guys go off the chain and make things that are just like the Red Human. They took a CR2 tube type old monitor for computers and gutted it all out and put LEDs in the front and made it where it would have different faces on it. Go back and look at some of my YouTube or Facebook photos of them, and it was just awesome. And so
those three, they're artists. They're true artists, and they just get to create all day long, 7 days a week. It's insane.
Yeah, it is. So it was so fantastic to meet them. They are a very great group of people. Elliot has a little boy by the name of Charlie, and I got to meet Charlie and talk to him. And guess what Charlie said? "I look like Santa." I wonder why. So that was pretty cool that went down, and I had a good time. So if you ever, the Atlanta Woodworking Show is coming next year, I assure you. And I'm pretty sure that Zach with Southern Woodworkers is going to try to put on another booth next year. We had a lot of support this year. We had a very big booth. Southern Woodworkers actually, I think, had one of the largest booths of anybody there as far as, and we put on so much stuff. I did a little talk on scroll saw stuff. Dave Gatton put it on CNC. Peter Brown put it on casting. Chad put it on laser etching. We had talks during that whole thing. I guarantee you pretty much that we're going to have another, Southern Woodworker is going to have another booth next year there. I would tell you, if there's any way, shape, or form that you want to go out there and meet a lot of great and wonderful makers and woodworkers that are on YouTube. And when I say that, I don't say that lightly, because this group is fantastic. It's awesome. It's good to see them. You will have a fantastic time. It's like every time it's one thing to sit here, and it's one thing to talk to Chris and Donald and John and Katie and everybody that's on the panel. It's another thing to actually walk up and actually, be able to shake their hand or hug their neck or be with them. And you will start right now. I'm telling you, start right now, putting money in your sock and saving it so that you can afford to come next year, because you, my friend, will not be disappointed. I guarantee you. You will have the time of your life. The only thing that's going to hold me from going next year is my health, or if God calls me home. That's the only reason I'm not going to be there. I can tell you that right up front. I'll be there next year. Great time. So anyway, so Robert Evans is out there. Katie, how are you doing, sweetheart?
I am doing great. How are you? Can you hear me?
I'm doing so. Yes, I can hear you, and I see your lovely face, even though my boobies are bigger than yours. I wasn't going to say tits. I mean, I did say tits, I guess.
It's too late.
It's good to see you. All right, so I went over my sponsors. I went over Atlanta. Let's go down through the list and start everybody introducing themselves, and I'll get back with you, Katie. Brenda, if you don't mind, let's start with you. Tell us where we can find you and your channel and everything else.
Well, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Twitch, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Etsy, and I'm on Patreon, and it's all under the name Brenda G's Designs. I'm a crafter. I do all sorts of crafts. I'm very eclectic, and so anybody that's interested in crafts needs to look me up.
Great. Chris.
Yes, sir. Hey,
How
guys.
you doing?
We're doing fine. Chris here from the Old Cranky Workshop. Let you all know we did survive St. Patrick's Day weekend here. Not as good a time as the woodwork show, obviously, but we had a good time. Mother Nature has finally broken. I'm hoping to break open the shop next weekend. And we're going to try to start the season out with a good shop tour video. So you'll find me on YouTube and Facebook, and soon to be a webpage. So we'll let you know when that hits the streets.
Good to see you. I just happened to look over while you were talking, Chris, and I am almost busted out laughing when I read this, because Paul John's Life says, every time I put money in my socket, it falls out the hole of my big toe. That's pretty funny. Donald, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you, Russ?
I'm doing fantastic.
Okay, I'm Donald Matthews, also known as Donald Vlogify. My YouTube channel is Donald Vlogify's Wood Shop. All my Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter links are there. I also have a website called redneckknowhow.com, which I haven't updated in a while. I need to do that. And no, I am not on MySpace.
I guess you just had to throw that out there, didn't you?
They had to. Well, not anymore anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know about MySpace. I ain't heard about that in a long time.
Many moons ago, I had an account there, and I just kind of got away from it.
I think I did at one time. So, all right. And lo and behold, my good friend, Mr. John Schaffner, is with us tonight.
Yeah, I had to make it. Been too long, I guess, really. But it's good to be back. Thanks for the invite. John Schaffner, you can find me on Facebook. And I do have a YouTube channel, but I wouldn't recommend anything because everything's over a year old now. So nothing new there. Someday, if I ever get back out in the shop.
I know you've been having some issues with the weather and stuff in your shop. And didn't you say your shop had water in it one time?
Yeah, I had like 4 inches of standing water in there.
Wow.
Unfortunately, my shop sits in the lowest spot in the property, and we're kind of on a floodplain, and that's where all the water accumulates. And no matter how long I run my pump, it's still, it comes in faster than I can put it out. So But it's dry now, believe it or not.
Wow.
Wait till after all this snow melts, and we'll see that.
Yeah, I know. It's incredible how much snow, and this late in the year. That's what I think I find it so fascinating is it waited all this time of the year to dump so much snow. Well, you know, Mother Nature decides every once in a while to throw a curveball rather than a fastball. So,
well, we've gotten our share of curveballs, but fortunately, all these nor'easters that hit Chris and went up the coast and whatnot, we didn't get anything out of it. A couple inches. But Chris, I hear you got buried a little bit there, buddy.
This last one went south and missed us, but the previous 3 beat us up pretty good.
yeah.
So,
Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
yeah. Go swim in your workshop.
All right, and then next, the lovely, the glorious, the wonderful Miss Katie Dotson.
Hey there, folks. I've been busy trying to figure out how to put T-posts in the ground straight. If anybody has any ideas, I'd love to hear.
Yeah.
Well, you get Russ come over and do it for you.
Yeah.
All right.
Hire somebody, Katie.
The next is Mr. Matt Haas.
Hi, everyone. You can find me on Awesome Wood Things on YouTube and Facebook. That's where I'm most active. I have an Instagram, Matthew Haas Geek, which is a mixture of everything. And I'm starting a new venture where I train Adobe Illustrator with free tutorials. That's on YouTube. Learn Adobe Now, and I have one video posted there. But I'll have many more if you're into that.
Yeah, but now, don't you do that every Monday night?
There is a hangout on Awesome Wood Things where you can come 6 p.m. Monday Eastern time, and for an hour, I'll do something on Adobe Illustrator and teach you something awesome. So yes, that's a reoccurring thing. That will eventually switch to Learn Adobe Now, but for now, Awesome Wood Things, 6 p.m. Eastern Mondays.
Great. Let me explain something to you. I have been over there watching him on that, and I have picked up so much stuff. I use Corel Draw, which is a lot like Adobe. On a scale from 1 to 10, Adobe is a 10, and Adobe Illustrator is a 10, and Corel Draw is probably an 8. I mean, there's a lot in between them, but I've learned so much from you in the last 2 or 3. Well, more than that, you've done more. But anyway, the amount of time that you put it on there. So go watch him. If you want to learn Adobe Illustrator, go over there and watch him.
I did scroll saw patterns in Photoshop. So I do jump into Photoshop. So that was last week. And then a couple weeks ago, I did a cool technique where you dropped a gradient over a image and it just meshed into the color space. It was really cool. It's just,
I got to go. I missed. I have to go back and watch those.
Yeah.
Another thing, don't you have that little Maker's Rock thing coming up?
Well, yes, we've published most of our videos, and now the giveaways are starting to happen. So each participant who made a recreation of an album cover, we chose the decade, the 90s, and it's a rock album. We're giving them all away. So tune into every maker on Maker's Rock, and you can enter their contest and they'll give away their piece of art. Makersrock.com is where you can go. And I have a playlist on Awesome Wood Things, a Makers Rock 2018 playlist. And you can see all of the entries if you want to go on Awesome Wood Things and find that playlist. And we're going to open it up for next year's, for the 2019. So that'll probably open up in about 2 or 3 weeks. So keep an eye on makersrock.com if you want to sign up. You get to pick your album, and you'll have all the dates and the resources. It's a lot of fun. It's just for fun, you know.
It's awesomeness. Everybody clap, because Steve Carmichael, from what I read, just is out there in the.
Hey, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Steve's a veteran. He's done it all 3 years.
Yes, and he's done some fantastic. All right. Do I tell on Steve or not, Matt?
It's up to you, brother.
All right, so we were at the Atlanta woodworking show, and I was talking to Steve and told him, dang, I really wanted to enter that Maker's Rock thing, and I just didn't have enough time. He goes, oh, I ain't even started mine yet. So he came home. I'm telling you, Steve Carmichael, don't ever let me know a secret, because it ain't going to be a secret anymore. He came home after that Saturday that I talked to him or whatever, over the weekend or whatever, and made that, what is it, Foo-Foo or Fofo or
Foo Fight or
Foo
that
Fighters.
was
Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters, yeah, album over the week or between now and when he posted that. Steve, hands down, guy, you're the god of woodworking to be able to do, and that thing looks fantastic on top of it. So I'm like, to be able to come back from, I have nothing on Saturday when I talk to him, and then I get online Monday or Tuesday or whatever, I see on Facebook, boom, there's his album cover. Steve, my hat's off to you, bro.
a lot of his marketing has the original album next to what he created. So good. It's so good.
It is. That's just fantastic. That's just so. I was up until 3 a.m. 2 nights after the show. See, he's over there in the chat telling us that 3 a.m. So, all right. So, Mr. Al Forte.
Hi, folks.
Love you, bro. How you doing?
Great. How about you, Russ?
I'm doing fantastic.
Awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed the woodworking show.
Had a good time.
Thank you for rubbing it in more and more that I wasn't able to go. Every time I hear your great stories, it's like, geez, I wish I had gone. Geez, I wish I was gone. I guess I'm going to have to stuff my sock with the...
Better? You got to, man.
Okay, I got my sock. I'm going to start putting money in it.
Start putting money. Hey, nickels and dimes and quarters add up.
Here we go. I got one already.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, sounds like you guys had a lot of fun.
We do.
Odessa Woodworking and Maker Shop on YouTube. Odessa Woodworking on Facebook. Kilroy79763 on Twitch. And talking about that Maker's Rock album art collab, it's awesome. There was over 35 entries in it. So there's 35 woodworkers that have created a replica of an album from the 90s, and they're going to give it away. If you guys go to every single one, you got a chance. But anyway, on mine, if you subscribe both to to YouTube and to Twitch, that's all you need to do. That's it. Others have different stipulations and stuff. Somebody just wants to, some of them just want, a comment. But there's 35 different albums, and they're all great. I've seen a lot of them. They're fantastic. But anyway, I'm doing it. I'm enjoying it. I'm doing it just for fun. It's been a lot of fun.
You can just send that replica of Pulse to me.
Yeah, John's already requested that. So I guess
Send it to him. Send it to him. He deserves it. Yeah, it's like living long and prosper, my friend.
Indeed.
You know what? I think the introduction in the show is going to take the first 30 minutes. We're at 8:29. So next is Paul from Paul's Messy Wood Shop.
Yep, Paul Corliss from Paul's Messy Workshop, and Paul's Messy Workshop on YouTube, on Instagram, on .com. And hey, Russ, I appreciate you having me on there. And next year I might just try and make it down to Atlanta, or hopefully from Florida up to Atlanta.
Yeah, because you come down here during that time and then go back up to north.
I do. This year we didn't make it, but next year I got it planned.
Well, it's good to see you on here. How are you doing physically, my friend?
I'm doing quite well. I should get rid of my horse collar in about another week and a half, and my wife is coming home from her rehab center on Thursday.
This Thursday?
This Thursday.
Yay! That's great. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's been lonely around here.
I'll bet. Yeah.
I have to get a kid to come and take me. I can't drive, so I have to get a kid to drive me to the grocery store and everywhere, and that gets old.
I can't sympathize with you because I've never been there, but I totally understand what you're saying. All right, have you told everybody where we can find you?
Yep, I did.
Okay.
But I'll tell them again. Paul's Messy Workshop.
I was just so involved on finding out how you were doing and how your wife was doing. But
Yep.
tell her for I've been praying for her and you every day. Trust me. So.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it, and I know she does too.
All right. So, and before I get off here, I just want to remind everybody, because saying that about Paul made me think about Donna. Donna's brother, Donna Presley, was on the show. She's a very good friend of mine. He got in some kind of an accident or something happened. He's in the hospital. They actually are keeping him in a coma until they do the surgery on his neck. He has like a C2 spinal injury or whatever, so they're keeping him sedated and in a coma until that time. So we don't know the outcome. We don't know, but I tell you what, there's one person that does know everything, and I would ask you, if you're a praying person, to keep Donna's brother in your thoughts and prayers, if you don't mind. I appreciate that. Shane and Shelley.
Hi, everyone. Shelley Cole here. Many of you know me as Mom. I live in a sawdust house over at Know What Mom Knows. And in fact, quickly stated, I have a sawdust awareness challenge going on right now. And the prizes are starting to roll in. And so it's going to be really exciting. It ends September 1st. So get all the details. The video that was put up, I think, was Friday, March 15th, unless that was March 16th.
Don't give me lying.
Yeah. But anyway, check it out. The Sawdust Awareness Challenge going on now. Check it out. Here's my handsome husband.
Hi, everybody. I'm Shane. I'm the handsome husband, in case y'all didn't know. You can find me on all your social media networks under Shane's Hobby Shop. Also got a web page sponsored by Devobal. It is shaneshobbyshop.com. Go check that out. I got you some free plans in that section. And got some videos of what all things I do. And even had a little spot on there for community tabs, which is where you put your projects on and for everybody to see. So go check that out, shaneshobbyshop.com, on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Shane's Hobby Shop. So go check that out. Nope, sorry, I am not on MySpace either. So I don't know. I guess we're going to have to let that one go.
Cool.
But yeah, go check it out.
Mom, I saw you. I've been busy. First off, when I went to Atlanta, I was gone for 4 or 5 days by the time I got back. But anyway, it put me so far behind. But I saw your giveaway, and I wanted to send you a PM or whatever the other day and say that want to donate from Simply Wooden Creations, $50 Visa gift certificate for your giveaway.
Oh, fantastic. So I'll put you down in the Sawdust Appreciation Challenge for $50. Thank you, Russ.
Yep,
that's
$50
awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I'm looking for more sponsors. Anybody want to bring them in? Let me know. Just contact me.
Yeah.
Anybody who wants to do that, I would say jump on the bandwagon and help her out. She's with the Sawdusto and making sawdust. And how much do I love sawdust? I mean, come on, every night it's like, give me sawdust, lots of sawdust. So she's right in tune with me. So yeah, if you're interested in listening out there and want a worthy thing to donate to help make sawdust awareness and Sawdusto, get with Mom, PM over on Facebook or whatever, and we'll put your her number underneath there. So yeah, it's $50 Visa gift card goes out to you to help promote Sawdust.
Thank you.
And also with the these meetups that everybody's going to, Mom gave me an ultimatum. It's either going to be a bass boat or go to these makers media meetups and all that. But I found the loophole in all of this. So I told her I want a bass boat, and she can go to these makers meetups and all that. But since I'm her caretaker, I got to go with her.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he's trying to weasel something in there anyway.
Yeah.
So.
That'll work.
You know, with a compromise there, you're going to end up with a half a bass.
Yeah.
Wouldn't doubt it.
He'll have the paddle. Or I'll have the paddle.
Dave Hart says, hi, Debbie. Yeah, he goes, I mean, Brenda, yeah, we know. Hey, y'all keep it up. I mean, yeah, I can like Dave Hart. I think he was the one in timeout the other night, wasn't he, Al? Over on Twitch. Keep it up, Dave. Keep it up. That's all I got to say. All right, so Bear Attic Wood Shop's over there. Tom Spillane.
Actually, Russ, I actually banned him, is what I did.
I thought you put him in a timeout.
Well, I unclicked the unban, so.
Okay, I got to explain this real quick. And Dave, we're not picking on you. We were over at Twitch the other night. He made some comment about the Blue Store, and nobody knows how much I hate the Blue Store. And I jokingly told Al in my ear to like, get him out of here for saying that. Well, I was just teasing. Al took it and banned, he said he blocked him or whatever, timed him out or whatever. So I guess but anyway, he's back now. It was all a joke. So yeah, nobody knows I hate the Blue Store like Donald Matthew knows I hate the Blue Store. So.
Yeah, what really happened was I hovered over it like I was going to go do it. I mean, nobody could see me, but I just did it. But I ended up clicking it by accident. You know how sometimes and it was like, oh my goodness, all of a sudden delete on all those messages. Sorry,
I didn't do it. Al did. Al did it, not me. It wasn't me, Dave.
I got a question for you, Russ.
Yes.
Wasn't it on your birthday, maybe Christmas, that you got a gift card for a particular store?
I don't remember.
Bought a miter saw, I think.
Your daughter, right? Give you a card.
No clue as to what the hell you're talking about.
Okay. Dave Hart saying it wasn't him. I can't remember who it was then, but it was somebody.
Okay, it was somebody. Anyway, no, you're right. I did.
Told you.
Yeah.
What store was it for?
What store? What?
What store was it for? Mm-hmm.
I can't say the word.
We love you, Russ.
One of your favorite people actually works there.
It was Lowe's. No, what it was, they're talking about, they had the Hitachi radial compound miter radial or saw, not radial, compound miter saw on sale at Lowe's, and it was like $150 off the regular price. And my DeWalt saw, which has carried me for 15 years, the bearings were wearing out, and I was going to have to order new bearings. Well, one of the things, and I love the DeWalt saw, don't get me wrong, and I've already ordered the bearings, got them in, I'm fixing it, but I'm thinking about giving it to one of my sons. But anyway, one of the things I didn't like about the DeWalt was it took about 16 or 18 inches away from the wall. In other words, that saw had to be 16 or 18 inches away from the wall to work, to slide back and forth. The new Hitachis, the Bosch, there's a few others can be within like 8 inches or so of the wall because they slide out rather than back. The arms slide back. So I read all the reviews and everything, and the Hitachi's right up there with the Bosch. The Bosch is this, the Hitachi's this, and I'm like, so when Lowe's, whatever that name is, put it on sale, I read it and went like, wow, that's really cheap. Not only did they have it on sale, they were giving the mobile stand $150 on that price. So in other words, you bought the saw for like $100 less or whatever, and then you got the stand for free. I'm like, all right, too good of a deal. I've got to drag myself into this store. God forbid. I hope nobody ever sees me go in there. So I go over to Lowe's, I get in there and I get the saw loaded up, and the guy's walking out. He goes, hey, if you open up a Lowe's credit card today, you get 20% off of your purchase. I looked at him, I said, 20% off of this, what I'm holding? He goes, yeah, you get 20% off on top of all this that you got right here. And I went, oh my God. So yeah, I have a Lowe's credit card too. Couldn't pass it up. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I got the saw for less with the stand and 20% off because I opened up a Lowe's credit card. So
You will be assimilated.
Hey Russ,
so anyway.
it was Niantic River Woodcrafting with Chris Nealon that I banned, and he just gave you $2 because we banned him. So maybe we need to ban him again next time.
Oh, that was who was Chris Neal. Okay, I thought it was Dave Hart.
Yeah, no, it was.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, it was all Al's fault. I
Yeah.
swear it was all Al's fault. It wasn't mine.
You sure you didn't bring some of that moonshine back with you from the show?
No.
There wasn't much
Having a good
left.
time.
You're having a bad time with names tonight.
No, I know. Well, well, Al didn't remember it was Chris.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. I mean, it's called information overload, folks. You kind of stuff some in, and some falls out, and some falls out, and you don't put any in, but it still falls out.
All right, we won't get into the discussion of Lowe's tonight, but I promised there were going to be some YouTube woodworkers highlighted, and I've got a couple and everything. So I know a few of y'all have, and those that you don't, no problem. Whatever those that you do have, let's get into that real quick because that's what I want to do. I want to share the wealth of the information. This show was started for the reason of was to bring woodworkers on here to show people how to do things that probably they had never seen done before. And that's what I've tried to keep up to or live up to that thing. And sometimes we get carried away and do other shows. But my point is tonight is highlight YouTube woodworkers. And for those of you who have some, who wants to go first, raise your hand. All right. Matt,
All right.
up in front, go for it.
So one of our Makers Rock participants is, I consider an up-and-comer. He has his promo video for the Makers Rock, and he has his channel trailer. That's it. 2 videos only. And the guy I think he's really going to go places. His name is Christopher Smith, and his YouTube channel is The Woodgineer, because he's an engineer that tinkers in the wood shop. And I'll tell you what, his personality is spot on because he puts a little bit of humor into what he's doing, but it's not over the top. I mean, he really has the balance between education, entertainment, and humor. And just those 2 videos, I could tell this guy's going to go someplace. Now, he's kind of worried that he's just starting out in woodworking. And I'm like, listen, that's awesome. People love to watch the progression as you get better. And his editing's on point and his delivery's on point. So Christopher Smith, The Woodgineer. Yeah, I think the YouTube link's out there on the Thank You Shane. And I can't wait. His Makers Rock video is going to drop soon.
You know how to screen share?
Oh, yeah.
Here, take us to his channel.
Okay, sure.
So we can see his channel.
You are screen sharing. Okay, so I
we
think
go.
you can see the Woodgineer, right?
Yep, the
With
Woodgineer.
circuit board. Yeah, so literally two videos.
Click on one of his videos. Yeah, there you go. Let it play a little bit.
So he's talking about.
Cool.
Now you probably can't hear the audio come through, but
No,
I
we
mean, just
can't
look
hear
at
the
the
audio.
edit. You know, it's cut, and then he does some funny stuff. I'm like,
That looks fantastic. I got to go watch this. I really have to go watch this. Wow.
you know, sometimes you can just tell that someone has something a little special, and I think that's the case here. And go subscribe to him. I mean, not many. How many subscribers does he have? Probably not many. 118. Okay,
All right.
Not bad for just 2 videos, but
I was 118.
Yeah, they y'all go give him some love.
Yeah, and you know we've got if you go to makersrock.com, we have all of the participants on a spreadsheet you can get from a link, and you know you can go see all of their channels. But that's a newbie. You can't get any more newbie than
No,
2 videos. So.
You're right. You can't get any more newbie than that. So great, go check him out. Who else who wants to go? Oh, all right, Shane and Shelly, my favorite people. See, she's always up there. So
yeah. Let me see. You go ahead and do yours first. Let me screen share, and then I'll do mine.
Go ahead and do it. Y'all do your. Let Shelly do hers, and then we'll do yours, Shane.
Sounds good. Now I have an awesome lady. She's actually in the chat right now. It's Claire Mason, and her channel is Making It Out of the Woods. So, and
I just got to you.
Yeah, Making It Out of the Woods, Claire Mason. She's got 6 videos, and I think she's an up-and-comer because she's only got 6 videos, but when you check them out, they're very, very creative. In fact, I've got them listed here. She did a volcano dowel LED lamp, a giant Lego nightlight, Bob Marley wall hanging, a bamboo sunglass shelf, a vinyl record storage seating, and a giant Fab Lolly nightlight, which is like a large ice cream on a stick, and it's on the wall, and it's huge. She's just very creative, and she's new to woodworking and new to creating as a whole. In fact, I'm going to jump down to some quick information about her. She lives in Dorset, UK, and she has a wicked sense of humor. She used to teach and was a planning officer, as a matter of fact, with buildings, etc. But she wasn't very good at staying with one job too long. She likes to have some variety in her life. And now she has 3 jobs and is trying to make woodworking into a little business on the side. And she can't ever sit still. She's new to the woodworking, and she has so much fun getting to use the new tools that she's never used before. She really, really enjoys upcycling. At the moment, she is working on an upcycling birdhouse, and that is coming in the next week or so. And then she has a bigger project in the wings using some wacky stuff that you might enjoy. She's talking about me or some of you. She doesn't have any spoilers, so it's kind of a secret, she said. And it's kind of a shoe rack with a difference. I think that's awesome. So I'm looking forward to whatever she has going on. She also is going to try to make a giant oversized thing like the Lego brick light and the ice cream pop light once a month. So she's trying to make something really big once a month in between some other more useful projects. This is, she loves, okay, it says here, she loves thinking about how to shoot the build too. She's never filmed or edited anything before now, so it's all exciting. It's all new to her. And here are some YouTube makers that really inspired her to get her start. Because after watching these makers, she just figured, well, let's give it a try and see what happens. So she started watching back in September. She watched Steve Ramsey, Average Joe's Joinery, Steve Carmichael, Shannon Conlon from the DIY for Knuckleheads, and Darvin Over, Sumo, Dirk, and Pam Harris from Highland Boxes. So she's got quite a little variety there of channels she was getting inspired from. Oh, and she said she just can't stop buying tools. And she has this thing about upcycling old wooden boxes. So, oh, and she said to be looking out for some leatherworking. She just started leatherworking last week, and she hopes to incorporate that into her woodworking designs. She has a lot going on, and she's really pumped about getting this channel going. So check out Making It Out of the Woods. Check her out, Claire Mason. I say she's got an awesome channel, and you're going to see this lady go far. All right. That'll about wrap it up. Hi, Claire. I'm glad you could make it to the show.
Cool.
All right. Well, mine, I didn't get to do my homework, so mine's going to be quicker than that. I actually have Andy's Backyard and Shop. He actually does a bunch of different things here. if you notice here, he talks a little bit, make a little obscurity like there. But if you look into his videos, he does more than just that. He does a little woodworking. He's getting his garden ready right now with planting some seeds. And we got a dog who's scared of the dark. But hey, calm down, Biscuit. It's okay. Nobody's here. Sorry about that.
No problem.
But yeah, this guy here is Andy's backyard and shop. Very cool. It does a little bit of everything on it. A little painting, a little cooking, woodworking, welding. So yeah, basically a jack of all trades. He's actually pretty cool. So yeah, go check him out, and yeah, tell him I sent him. We'll send you over there. Tell him to say hi.
Cool. Very, very good. Brenda said, I miss Shelly and Shane. I thought I told y'all, Shelly and Shane, that you could introduce yourself.
Yeah, that she actually said that just before you.
Yeah. Tell Debbie to quit whispering in her ears. I don't miss people. Well, yes, I might have, but anyway. Yeah, you never know about me. You know, I can't. I called Michelle Michael for like a year so yeah, I can mess things up real big time. So okay, who do we have that wants to go next? Debbie on the end down there. I had to do that. You know I did.
I'm gonna miss her.
Those that you don't know, one night I was sitting here and I was going, hey, Debbie. I called her like Debbie like 3 times on the show, and she was like, are you talking to me? And yes. So they never let me live that down, that I called her Debbie.
Well, Debbie has somebody that she'd like to highlight tonight.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if I can get this screen shared here and get it up so that you all can see it.
I love your voice.
Does Debbie want to highlight Brenda G design?
Yeah. So it's like, so you can all see it.
Yes. Well, this is Swartwood Artwood. And the gentleman's name is Harry Swartwood. And he does hand carving. And he does an absolutely fantastic job at his work. We'll just pick his latest video here and see if we can get it to play. There we go. Just a little bit of it. He puts this all on fast forward so that you can just watch him make the wood chips fly. He does a lovely job at relief work. He has an Etsy channel, or an Etsy page, I guess you should call it. And he only has about 590 some subscribers to his channel, and he's been doing this for a couple of years. I'm just shocked that he doesn't have more followers than what he has, because he does just a beautiful, beautiful job.
He's got way too much time on his hands. Wow.
But here we can go more toward the end of it. If I can get it to click over here, and there it goes. You see.
Oh, that is freaking awesome.
Really, man.
What this is turning into. It's just beautiful work.
Wow.
I'm extremely impressed with what he does. So there's Harry Swartwood's page.
Guys, if you don't mind, I say this and it makes comments on my video, and I'm not gonna sit here and lie that it does make comments on my video, but that's not why I'm wanting you to do this. If you wouldn't mind, every one of you that have yours afterwards, put in the comments, say this was my highlight tonight, please, so that when people come back and watch this video, they can go down there and see those and click on them and go to them, because that was an awesome one too. Yeah, that's really great.
Yeah, he does an absolutely beautiful job.
You can also, Russ, go ahead and put it in the chat comments now, because your chat is going to be on the video from now on.
Yeah, it is, and I will leave that up to my good friend.
And he's out in the chat, by the way, also.
He is?
Yep.
What Starwood? Oh wow, Starwood Artwood. Hey, or Swartwood.
Swartwood.
Artwood. Yeah, Swartwood Artwood.
That's Harry.
wow.
Hi, Harry.
Yeah, Harry. Man, that's some awesome stuff out there, guy. Really awesome stuff. So yeah, get a chance, go over there and visit and look at his channel. Okay, who do we have next? Donald.
Well, since I didn't do my homework and Mom did my homework for me.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Actually, she sent me a pretty cool channel. I haven't checked out all the videos here, but the guy's from Australia and is Sumo's Projects, but he's got quite a few things on here. I was checking out his shop tips. He's got some good ideas. And what was the other one I was looking at? He's got one. There it is, the barbecue build cart. I mean, that turned out cool. So I'm looking forward to checking him out. Some more of his other videos, what I've watched so far, have been really cool. He knows what he's talking about. Has a cool accent. I mean, anybody from Australia has got a cool accent, but that's the one Mom sent me.
She's so sweet.
Yeah, I like Sumo a lot. I've talked with him before. He's a really nice guy.
Is doing wrestling?
No.
Sumo wrestling.
He's quite an artist and a woodworker, and his mom is quite the artist.
All
Yeah,
right.
I had a few minutes before we started to check out some of the stuff. It's good.
Yes, very good.
Donna,
And he likes to trade stickers with people too.
I'm not in.
All right, so Chris, you got anybody?
I haven't really researched enough of this page. I got somebody here.
Do what?
I got somebody, but I haven't researched a lot of this page. See if I can share this. Hang on. I've never done share screen, so bear with me, people.
All right. Well, do you want to do it or not?
You know what? Let me pass. I'll save him for next time. I'll figure out share screen. I want to look at more of his videos because he's a multi-medium artist. He's got woodwork, sculpting, all kinds of stuff. Actually, Debbie gave it to me, so.
All right, no problem. No problem.
I'll hang on to him for next time.
All right. So, anybody else?
Hey, I'm just wondering. I thought Mom was going to highlight Mike Pickett.
Well, I was gonna.
Well, why didn't you?
Because Al and I both asked Mike at like really quite about the same time.
All right.
Talked to him about the same time, but
so time out. Al, are you going to do it?
Well, yeah, but I'm just trying to bring this out. That
I don't want to hear nothing. Bring it out. Just do it or don't do it.
Yes. Well, I do want to take care of this. Ain't the first time Al done this.
No. Wait a second.
All right. All right. Children. Listen, there's not going to be an argument here. Al, are you going to do him or not?
Yes, I am.
All right. Let's work.
Mike Pickett.
I'm sitting over laughing my butt off.
Russ is having a heart attack.
I know. Go ahead. I got tears in my eyes. I'm laughing so hard.
See, Russ, there was a reason. Mike Pickett, he tells me do it, and then he starts interrupting. Oh my God. Anyway, Mike Pickett from Nottingborough. This morning, he had 290 subscribers on YouTube, and he's a newer member of the Makers Media Network. He is a Canadian woodworker. Did we just lose Russ? No, maybe. Yeah.
No, I'm here.
Okay. He's a Canadian woodworker, and he does lots of turning. From what I saw, he does some wood burning also and stuff. He created, and I was just totally impressed. I'm not a wood turner. I have a small lathe and a little bigger lathe, but I don't normally do wood turning. But it just inspires me when I see people do the stuff that Mike is doing. He took and made, and talk about mixed media here. He took a pen blank, and he used a 3D printer to make a honeycombed blank, and then he filled it with aluminite. And I wouldn't have ever thought of doing something like that. Matt Haas, that's awesome, Matt Haas. I mean, think about it.
Taking notes.
Yes, exactly. I'm going, my gosh. And that's why I love watching other people's channels, because I always learn something from them, and they're so inspiring. Matt, he uses Adobe Illustrator, and he's great at it. So,
Nice.
You've got some competition there, buddy. You got some competition there.
There's enough room for all levels of Illustrator.
He is definitely, and I'm going to put this in capital bold letters, a motivator. He motivated me, and he's also a great artist too. Hey, and guess what? He likes coffee, and that right there makes him all right with me, at least in my book. Anyway, I put this down here, but good luck with the pen logo. He's doing a pen logo. Let me show you his channel. Let me screen share that. I guess I'm screen sharing. This is his page. He's got an Etsy store. He's on Facebook, Instagram, and he's a Patreon also member. Let me get rid of these. Oh, I hate these little deals, and I turn them off and then I turn them back on. But over on his videos, he's got a bunch of videos that go back a long ways, and you can see how colorful his channel is when plans change. But anyway, this is the pen turning that just totally impressed me. And I'm not going to go through it. I'm going to see if I can. Guess I could turn the sound on.
Get ready for a market. So before I get started with tonight's project, I just have a couple of quick things I got to finish up here. It's got a nice nib to it.
There it is.
It's a ceramic roller ball inside. The blank that I'm using is one that I created with 3D printed honeycomb and then alumilite resin casting. It's a great little blank. It's a nice shimmer to it. I use about 3 different mica powders in it.
Mm-hmm.
So the parts we're going to need to put this pen together include.
Anyway, I saw that, and I just man, I want to turn. I want to turn. Let me stop sharing here. But anyway, good luck with the pen logo, and also welcome to the community and to YouTube, and I hope it goes the way you want it to go. Good luck. Thank you. I'll be touching base. Thank you.
Cool. And I'm getting an echo from you, Al. I think you had your volume turned up so we could hear him. So anyway, yeah, very good. Wow, a bunch of first off, a bunch of newbies. We're talking about people with only 200 or 300 subscribers, which is fantastic. We want to share the love. That's one thing that I would really like to do out there is share the love. Bring your interest in when on shows like this. When I say highlighting YouTube newbies, is so that people out there are aware that these people we've stumbled across them, and we're trying to bring them out there in the light so that you can see it. So anybody else before? I've got one.
I don't have any, but I would like to know, how do you go about finding all these new YouTubers? I literally spent 4 hours between yesterday and today trying to find somebody, and I come up empty.
What I usually do, John, is two things. But number one, my channel's big enough. I just go down through the new people that's following me, and I can pick out people that way. But if you ever want and going to be on the show and need somebody, I'll show you. The next thing is, if you're on Facebook over there under Woodworkers and Makers on YouTube, which is my Facebook group, I put a thing up there that for people to post their channels in there. You can go down through that and find somebody that's fairly newbie that posts into there.
I like the method where you host a community collaboration for 3 years and then you find someone on year 3.
Yeah, That's awesome too. Yeah, that's awesome too. So anyway, we've lost some people out there. I guess they got tired of waiting on us after an hour and a half. Anyway, before I get off of here, I've got to talk about my guy. And hold on before he is a turner, and I just want to make sure that I've got his channel brought up. Yes, I do. Actually, I'm going to do two people. Hang on, behind the scenes, I'm trying to get it all set up. So let me do my screen share. Share. All right, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can
Okay.
see it.
All right, so there's Michael Roper from Roper and Roper. Now, he has been doing turning for a long time. He's very good at what he does, trust me, because I've been following him on other aspects other than YouTube, but he just started this YouTube channel. He only has 20. I think my guy has the least of all y'all. He only has 21 subscribers. So, but he is into turning, and I've been following him other than here on YouTube, and he does some really nice work. But he's just getting started here on YouTube. So I would suggest, Michael, keep what you're doing going on. Produce some more YouTube videos. Get out there and produce some good content, because I'm very interested in seeing what you have coming on. And I see some of the stuff that you've posted over on Facebook on the other channels. And so put out some more videos, guy. I'm interested to see what you've got coming for us over here on YouTube. The next one is Crosscut Creations. Let me remind myself of his name. Robert Dadinsky from over at Crosscut Creations. So he's just getting started also. If I'm not mistaken, he's in the Maker's Rock. Matt?
Oh, yes.
Yep. He's in Maker's Rock, and he's only got 384 subscribers. He's just going into it. Let's go into his Maker's Rock collaboration.
What's good, YouTube? I'm Robert with the Crosscut Creations channel. Today, we're going to take part in the 2018. So go check out his channel. He's a huge help, and he's got some great content.
I'll scan through. Oh, yeah, as a CNC.
He did the Christmas collaboration that I did as well.
Oh, okay. I remember that now. Yeah.
Got the smaller craft paints out, and I went ahead and I prepped the surface by putting a piece of painter's tape down the middle of the H, because the H is two different colors. I started with red and then moved to the other colors. I put the blue mixed right together, and there wasn't any issues.
Let's see what he's got. All right.
There it is. And you could win this. If you want to win this album artwork, make sure you comment on the video below, and you have to be a subscriber. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment on the video, and you...
Pretty cool. So there you have it. Crosscut Creations. So Roper and Crosscut Creations. I've got to find my way out of this.
You know, I was sitting here thinking he did Heart, and Heart's got what looks to me like a cross cut on the H. And I wondered if that had anything to do with
crosscut creation. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was subconsciously drawn to the artwork.
Right.
Yeah. So those are my two very new guys, really very new. And some of the guys that they've put out here are very new to the YouTube thing. And, you know, that's what it's all about, sharing the love. And when I first started this, I think Shane and Shelly, some of the older people, Chris, John, I remember said we were going to do this once a month.
Older people?
Well, older on my channel. Older on my channel, old man.
Those of us that have been doing the show for a little while.
Yeah. Y'all been on here. Matter of fact, y'all been on here for at least a couple of years now, haven't you?
At least, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, but anyway, so the older ones, I said we would do this once a month. And I've neglected to do that sometimes, but this is one of the times I wanted to step out and do that. Is highlight people that we run across. And let me tell you, some of our channels ain't that great and that big, but it's not the point. It's that we want to. We've got people out there watching us right now. I've got people out there who will watch this show later on. And it's not totally about me when you watch my show and you're out there in the chat. It's things like this that I'm trying to promote to bring your light on to people that are out there trying to bring up their YouTube channel, trying to do things, trying to get started on their own little projects and get going. One of these guys that we promote one night in a year or two from now might be the next Jimmy DiResta or the next big guy that is out there hot and everybody wants to watch him. You know?
Well, along that line, there was a fellow that I highlighted a couple of years ago called Nathan Elliott out of the woods. And when I highlighted his channel, he only had like 500 and some odd subscribers. 2 years later, he is now up to 8,500.
Wow.
Yeah, that's something like what I did. I used to do shout out Saturdays, and I shouted out James Wright from Wood by Wright, and he had like maybe 300 or 400 at the time. And oh my, I don't know what he got.
40 or 50,000 right now.
Yeah,
all because of
I had him on the show. He's on my show, and I look at how many people he's got. I'm like, you suck, dude.
Yeah, well, it's because of my shout out. That's why.
Yeah, no, it's because of my show. That's why.
Well, I think what you need to do now, Russ, is a giveaway.
Yep, I think that's good. But my point was, and thank you, Shane, for bringing that up, is he did that, and that when it may not be because of Shane. It may not be because of me that I had him on the show. But my point is that's what we're hoping to do, is to bring some light out there to someone else that maybe only have 25 or 30 subscribers when we highlight them on one of these shows. And the next thing you know, they take off. All the taking off is on them. We just bring you who they are. And they take it from there and make their destiny. Now, obviously, Wood by Wright, he took off and made everything to be his destiny. I watch him all the time, and I'm amazed at some of the stuff he does. And I'm like, James, you're awesome, dude. I love you, and thank you for being on my show a long time ago when I was such a little fan.
Does all the videos, plus has time to run around the world all
I
day.
know. He's like awesome. So, all
I
right.
wish I had that kind of energy.
Let me tell you what we're going to do. It's been a while since I did a little giveaway for all my people out there watching them. And what we're going to do is I've got a FastCap 2P10 kit just for y'all guys that are out there watching. So anybody, I love FastCap 2P10. FastCap is one of my sponsors. I ask for these kits all the time, and they would probably send me for things that I asked for other than this. But I have found such a great, fantastic product that they produce in this little kit that I just keep asking for them to give them away. I use it myself. All right. This is stuff that I use in my shop every day. And
Russ,
I love 2P Ken. Now, this obviously, this big bottle right here of the accelerator or activator does not come in this little kit. You'll get a little bottle like this in the kit for the activator, along with the various viscosities of medium, thick, thin, and all the other stuff that comes into it. But if you would like,
I got that kit too, and it is an awesome kit. I use it all everything.
Yeah, I use it all the time. So if you would like to take home one of these, all you have to do is send a email to contest@simplywoodencreations.com and put in the subject line, what's today's date?
24th.
24. Put in the day, March 24th, 2018, FastCap giveaway.
And Chris is awesome.
Yep. March 24th, 2018, FastCap giveaway.
He didn't get you, Chris.
What did you say?
I slipped in and say Chris is awesome.
Oh, Chris is awesome. And
yeah, that's the secret word.
So that's all you got to do.
Russ, can I say I used FastCap for the first time? I finally got myself some, and I was always under the impression CA glue was brittle and it had some defects. But I put a frame together and I just touched it together, held it for 3 seconds, no activator. I could not pull it apart.
Yeah,
with all my strength, because I'm like, oh, I want to nudge it just a little bit. Forget it.
Too late.
Loved it. Loved it.
I've been they've been my sponsors for 2 or 3 years now. The channel's been open for 3 years, so it can't be 2 or 3 years. Okay, so for a year and a half, about half that time. And I want to tell you, from the day that I ordered my first 2P10 kit and started using it, it pretty well dominates everything for my woodworking. Now, the other one is Titebond. I love Titebond, and I'll use Titebond 2 glue for certain things. But other than that, FastCap just is like, it blows me.
Donald, didn't you used to use the 2P10 on your pins as a finish?
Yeah.
No, I've never used 2P10, but I have used CA glue.
Oh, what's
I
the
use it.
The thing, I haven't used the 2P10 kit, but I assume it's about the same thing. It's just had a different viscosities in it.
Right.
Russ could tell you more about that than I do. That's one thing about buying super glue, and sometimes it's brittle or whatever. You've got different velocity, viscosities that do different things better than others.
Right.
For putting a finish on a pin, I think I use medium the most.
Yeah, no, I've used FastCap for my pins. Now, what I did what you do in the very beginning when you first start turning them is you use thin to soak into the wood, and then upon that you can come back with the medium. But they have thin, medium, thick, and gel. I believe those are some of the ones I'm pulling out of my hat. Thin, medium, thick, gel, all have their things. In other words, if you have a piece that's broken off and the gap is fairly wide, you would want to use the gel in there or the thick in there to gap form in that piece to put it back together. Now, the kit comes with a little thing of the activator, and the debonder is in the kit. The debonder is to get you out of the situation when you glued your fingers together. Okay? You put your fingers together, and now you're trying to figure out how the hell you're going to get out. Well, that's what the debonder is for.
And by the way, when you're finishing a pin with that, keep that pretty close because it's hard to move stuck to the leg.
And the activator is, if I wanted to join two pieces of wood together really quick, I'll put the gel on this one and the activator on this one, and I'll slap together, and I'll count to 10, and I'll dare you to pull them apart. All the other stuff that comes in the kit, this is my prop, by the way. this is one of the kits that I have, is the little squirt bottle thing for the debonder or the activator that goes right on top of either one of them. And also little brush tips that you can put in there to brush on the application. That comes in the kit. And not only that, but you get little, oh, we got one in my beard, little applicator tips that go on top.
Applicator what, Russ?
Applicator tips that go on top to get in real tight spaces.
Oh.
Yeah. Sit up there. If you need to put just a little tiny drop in a certain area, you put this in there on top of the glue, and you can get in there into really tight. It's hard for me to hold up and show you because my fingers are so big. But you get a bunch of these applicator tips along with the brushes and everything else in the two. This is actually, I've taken, this is my kit. So I've taken out all the others, but this is actually what they all come with. They'll come with the gel, thick, thin, oh no, medium. There you go. And then the activator and the debonder and all these other things. A really great kit for the price. And this is what I'm giving away tonight because FastCap is one of my sponsors and they are such wonderful people. Don't forget to send contest at simplywoodencreations.com. And what did I say I want to do 2018?
March 24, 2018 FastCap giveaway. How do you spell FastCap, Russ? I'm sorry.
F-A-S-T-C-A-P.
F-A-S?
F-A-S-T-C-A-P. FastCap.
Okay.
One word.
One word or two words?
One word. It's one word.
FastCap giveaway. Yeah. So
FastCap giveaway.
Contest at Simply Wooden Creations. In the subject line,
what is
March 24th, 2018. I'm going to put it out in the.
Yeah. Hell, just
secret word, Chris?
Email. Just send me a damn email at Russ at simplywoodencreations.com and I'll give you.
I gotta have a secret word.
No, you ain't gotta have no secret word on this. I'll put you in the drawing though, and I will give one out there.
Is this open to the panel too?
Yes, of course. All y'all are. Everyone on the panel is open to this. When they send me these kits, I give them away freely. So yeah, that's all you got to do. And what I will do is put it into the next week or the week. Yeah, let's do this. All right. So you have 1 week. You have until Friday night. See, I do these things on a whim. You have until Friday night, which is March 30th, 11:59 p.m. to send me your information.
11:59 p.m.
Yep. And then I will announce the winner on Facebook on Monday, April 2nd, on my channel, Facebook, Simply Wooden Creations, as to the winner.
That's Eastern time, right, Russ?
Yes, Eastern time.
Eastern?
So you have a week to put your email in there and get this FastCap 2P10 kit. And then on Monday on my Facebook channel, go check it out. I will announce the winner as to who gets it. Hey, I just decided this afternoon. I was sitting there going like, I haven't done a giveaway in a while.
Oh,
and
cool,
so
Russ. Thank you for doing that.
I've done this. My sponsors freely are wonderful people. They give me stuff to give away. And I want to tell you, I don't know what I'd do if it wasn't for them as far as being able to do these giveaways. They've been so faithful and loyal to me, and I appreciate each and every one of them.
So when are you giving away the sickle saw?
That ain't going to happen in your dream. Dude. That ain't going to happen in your
Good
dream.
try, John.
Although I will say one thing, I would love to talk to him about giving one away maybe next year as a giveaway. So that might be something that you never know if what I'm working on. Trust me, you never will know what I'm working on. So it might be one of those things that one of you lucky people out there might just win a brand new Seiko scroll saw. Could be.
Well, Russ, for getting connections, I can use a 32-foot sailboat. No pressure. No pressure.
All right, guys. I appreciate you so very much, and I've missed talking to you out there in the chat. Chris Nealon's been out there. James Parker. I really do. I have not. Ken McCrory, Frank McCain, Paul John's Life, Jim Bashir's, Dave Hart, Tom Spillane has been out there. Be Happy Woodworking. I met him this weekend at the. Remember that, Matt? We got to meet him. Be Happy Woodworking.
Yep. I had dinner with him.
Yep. Be Happy Woodworking. So we had. You can leave yourself unmuted, Matt. Because if I would call somebody else, Be Happy Woodworking, Dave Hart, Inspired Woodworks, trying to go Becky's, Texas Wood Shop, trying to go back through, Paul John's Life, Inspired Woodworks, Mike Pickett. Everybody was fighting over you today, Mike. For some reason.
Hey, Mike. I think
everybody was fighting over you, trying to be the first one to put you out there. Shelly was fighting, Al was fighting, Brenda was fighting, all of them were fighting over you.
It's Al's fight.
It got ugly.
Yeah. Well, what's so special about Mike Pickett that everybody was fighting over him? Oh, that's what I want to know.
Mike was one of the newer ones a couple of days ago on the Makers Media Network. And I happened to see him on there, and I went and looked at his channel, and I said, that's it. I mean, it was like boom, boom, boom. And then all of a sudden I see Shelly try to scarf him up. Oh, good Lord. And then Brenda something or other too. I don't know. But
Jim Dockrell says, I used to use 2P10, but I got some medicine and it finally cleared it up. Okay, that was funny. Patrick's Woodshop. Hey, Patrick. Oh, Patrick, how you doing, dude? All right, so I'm sorry I missed talking in the chat so much. I was so busy over here that I missed some of you that were out there in the chat. We had a good time tonight. Any last words? We know about.
Yeah, Russ. One last word here. Earlier on, you mentioned Donna's brother.
Yes.
And what happened to him, as I understood it, he was tossed and then trampled by a steer.
Yes.
Ouch.
Oh, have mercy.
Yes.
And he's not in good shape at this point, as I understand it. So pray if you do. Warm wishes.
Whatever you feel that you can do out there, but I would ask you that those who do and can and will pray for him. I mean, Donna's a very good friend of mine, and this is her brother, and she's been on my show. She has been a good friend of mine for quite a few years. So
well, Donna's just a special person all the way around. Just very accomplished woman. I admire her so much.
Yep.
Absolutely. Love her.
Yep. So Katie, what was the most fantastic thing you did this weekend when you were at the Atlanta Woodworking? If you say anything else other than it was meeting Russ, I'm going to be awful mad.
Well, I got to meet Russ again.
Russ who?
Russ who? I got a kiss from Sterling.
Oh.
I got a hug from Carl. Carl Taylor. I went back into the chump area, and I don't know yet how good a deal I got. There was a vendor there called Bad Dog Tools, and their tools are not cheap. And they had back in the chump area. I went back there to get some drill bits for my scroll, and there was some Bad Dog saw blades on the table. And I picked up one for $20, and I thought, at least I can cut rough wood. Well, I looked them up, and I was real sorry I didn't say something to some other folks. That was $120 blade I got for $20.
Whoa!
And the most of what they had left was the 12-inch blades, which were $150 blades.
Wow.
Wow.
So, the drill bits that I picked up were by a company called Champion, and these are pure carbide. They're not carbide tipped.
Go ahead.
And I picked up one that they had. It was just a 1/4-inch bit, and I thought, well, it looks good. It's heavy. It feels good in my hand. And looking it up, that 1/4-inch blade is about a $40 not blade, but drill bit.
Wow.
So I spent $26 and felt good about myself when I walked out.
Sounds like you did. Sounds like you hit it good.
So
don't mind. All right, guys, we went way over. My show's only supposed to be an hour, and we're in an hour and a half right now, which is fantastic because we've got 38 people still watching. Must be doing something right. They're wanting to talk to us a little bit longer. Liberty Woodworking's out there. Miner Mike. Hey, and Mike was there this weekend. Mike
Anthony,
yeah. Michael Anthony Murray. He was there this weekend. Yeah, Patrick's Wood Shop is out there. Patrick, dude, love you to death. Love what you're doing on your show. I watch your stuff all the time, Patrick. Do we go a little bit further? Or would he close it down? I think we need to close it down. I think everybody's wore out. Everybody that wants to stay longer, hold your hand up. Everybody just hold you. Yeah, I think Al wants to go longer. Yeah, I
think Al's on speed or something.
We'll hang out in the after
I
show.
think Al's the one that does these 2 or 3 hour Twitch shows.
He does.
Yeah.
I got 5 hour long.
Yeah, 2 to 3 hours, Brenda.
Yeah, that's Brenda.
Evidently, Al didn't have a bad back and sitting in a hard chair.
No, we're going to close it down, guys. Thank you so very much for watching. I do really, totally, without a shadow of a doubt, appreciate each and every one of you every Saturday night when you get on YouTube and you come over here and you watch me and you get in that chat. It is so special to me that you wouldn't even believe it. So thank you very much for being out there in the chat. I try to watch it tonight. I was entertained and got away from it, but thank you, Tom Spillane, Michelle Marquez, Jeff Robinson, all those, Patrick Workshop, Jim Bashirs, all those been out there in the chat. Thank you so very much for watching. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you, Chris, Donald, John, Katie, Matt, Al, Paul, Shane, and Shelley for being on the panel. I appreciate you so very much to dedicating your life into my show every week and being here. You guys are all great. There's only one thing I need to do to close this out, and that is just give me sawdust, lots of sawdust all around me and everywhere. I like it flying all around my shop and even in my beard and hair. Good night, everybody. God bless. And
Good night. Good
Bye.
Good
Bye-bye. Go home, but you can't stay here.
Night all.